Hey everyone, Nick here and welcome back to GamerJoob, and welcome back to our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series. So in today's video, the character we're looking into is Ralph the Rat. So we'll go into this character's gameplay mechanics, backstory, location, and all that good stuff as well. As always, I will just state that everything I say in these videos isn't necessarily into the overall universe and lore of Fnaf. This is just a fun what if scenario and a cool creepy story we get to tell, and we hope you enjoy. And lastly, before we start today's video, do be sure to subscribe to GamerJoob as it helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. It also keeps you up to date with all the videos that we post. Alrighty everyone, well, let's get into the character concept of Ralph the Rat. So previously in our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series, we've taken a look at the Fazbear Repair Center. This is the sole location where the majority of the animatronics from Fazbear Entertainment went in for repairs and maintenance. The Fazbear Repair Center has seen its fair share of different animatronic characters from all over the country. A different character from a different pizzeria would make their way through the front doors every day. The repair workers wouldn't know what they would get next. But recently, things have been a little strange ever since the glitch entity made its way into the factory. Characters that have been completely repaired then overnight turn into frightening abominations. But all the workers don't know who's behind it. They don't know what evil plan the glitch entity has in store for them all. But now we come to the next delivery at the Fazbear Repair Center. And the newly delivered character is Ralph the Rat. Ralph is a friendly rodent character from a pizzeria based in New York City. His pizzeria is called the Rat Pack Pizzeria. The pizzeria's whole animatronic cast consisted of only rats. Each rat is a different shape, size, and colour. Out of all the rats, Ralph was the main character. The Rat Pack Pizzeria has had quite a shady past, to say the least. The place is shrouded in rumours and urban legends. Apparently there was a case where a rogue animatronic attacked a bunch of people. Most were badly injured, and one person sadly died. But it was never really made public, nor was it even proven to have happened. Fazbear Entertainment keeps hush-hush about this location, and a lot of the workers are encouraged not to talk about it. So Ralph was up for some minor repairs, nothing too serious. He needs his hands replaced, his loose eyeball fitted back into his socket, and his chipped tooth to be replaced. All of that was perfectly fine. The only thing the repair worker found strange was the note that came with Ralph when he was delivered. The crate that he came in was larger than most. When the workers opened it up, there was a note that was pinned to Ralph's body. It read, "Enclosed are two rat animatronics. Rat 1, colour grey. Rat 2, colour brown. Grey Rat is scheduled for standard repair and maintenance. Once fully repaired, Grey Rat is to be repackaged and sent back to Pizzeria of Origin. Brown Rat has been deemed irreparable. Brown Rat must be taken apart immediately. All loose parts must be destroyed. Highest priority. Do not leave Brown Rat unattended. Do not operate on Brown Rat alone. Must work in pairs. One worker for observation, the other for dismantling. Please do not waste time. And do not underestimate the Brown Rat." The repair worker found this note to be quite strange. They've never gotten a note like this before. But the strangest thing of all is that there was only one rat in the crate. The only rat that arrived was Ralph. There didn't seem to be any other characters in the truck. The worker just assumed that the other rat would arrive the next day. So they didn't worry about it. Although they'd never had a case where the pizzeria wanted one of its characters destroyed. What was that about? Normally they would just salvage perfectly good parts. But they were instructed to destroy it, so that's what they'll do when it eventually arrives. But for now, it's time to get working on Ralph. So the first thing that needs to be taken care of is his hands. Next up is Ralph's loose dangling eyeball. And lastly, it was time to replace Ralph's chipped tooth. That was strange. The power must have cut out. Oh well, time to replace that tooth. Finally, the repair worker was done for the day. All they have to do is clean him tomorrow and he'll be all ready to get shipped. It is strange though. That other rat never arrived. They should have been delivered by now. Even though it hasn't arrived yet, they still felt like something had been watching them from the shadows. Like it was already here. But that's crazy. They saw with their own eyes there was only one rat. Regardless, they couldn't shake this strange feeling. So before they left work, they thought they would have a chat to the delivery driver, just to see if they've seen anything arrive or seen anything out of the ordinary. The delivery driver mentioned nothing about a second rat arriving, nor have they seen anything strange going on. But for good measure, the repair worker asked them to check on the original packaging crate that Ralph came in. The delivery driver agreed that they would check it at the end of their shift. So at around 9 PM, the driver was finishing up for the night. This was the time of night when no one else was around. All the repair workers have left by now, and the security guard would normally arrive around 11:30. So they eventually checked out the crate. There was nothing but a whole bunch of packing peanuts. So they scooped out all the peanuts and found the strangest thing. There was a hole in the back of the crate. How did no one notice this? It's almost like something chewed straight through the box. What on earth could have done this? Regardless, they would report it to the repair worker first thing in the morning. As they turn around and walk the other way, they get... The next day, the repair worker returns to finish their work on Ralph. As they're doing their cleaning, they find something quite odd. On their body, tucked away, was a small tag. It read, Randall. Randall? Wait, so this character isn't Ralph? Then who's Ralph? Where were they? Enough was enough. Something strange was going on here. They'd had this strange feeling ever since Randall/Ralph had arrived. The repair worker was going to call the Rat Pack Pizzeria and find out what on earth was going on. As they walk towards the door, out of nowhere, the real Ralph jumps out and attacks them. The repair worker gets out of the way just in time and quickly hides in one of the lockers. They look out through the locker vents and try to get a better look at this horrible creature that just attacked them. As they do, they finally get a look at this monstrosity. How on earth did they sneak in here? They must have arrived in the same crate, but somehow they snuck around all the workers. That note wasn't kidding. This thing needed to be destroyed immediately, and they realised why this thing couldn't be left alone. All of a sudden, the repair worker hears a strange sound. Ralph has bent the metal on the locker and locked the worker inside. Ralph will be back for them once they've taken care of the night guard. So for hours on end, the worker was stuck inside the locker. Midnight finally rolled around and the night guard was about to start their shift. But little did they know that Ralph would be waiting just around the corner. He had an appetite that couldn't be stopped. Devouring the delivery driver wasn't enough. He hungered for more. So now let's get into the gameplay segment of the video. As always, the gameplay loop is based on the classic Fnaf formula of observation and management. So Ralph's starting point would be in the lunchroom. He could move at any time throughout the night. The player would need to be extra careful when it came to Ralph. He would always approach from the right hand door and also the roller door. When the player sees him, they would need to shut the door immediately. Sometimes it wouldn't be Ralph that was at the door. Instead, it would be Randall who was wandering around. For the most part, Randall was considered to be harmless. He was just curious and wanted to roam around. The player still couldn't let him inside the office, as he would get too close and block the player's view. As the night goes on, Ralph would get faster and faster, and his patience would start to get thinner and thinner. As the hours roll by, the night guard fends off all of Ralph's attempts to enter the security office. Eventually, before they know it, 6 AM rolls around and the night would be over. There doesn't seem to be any sign of Ralph anymore, so hopefully it was safe to exit the building and return home. As they walk down the corridor, they can almost see the exit. Just a little further and they would be free. What just happened? As the night guard looks over, it was the repair worker. They finally found a way out of that locker and saved their life just in the nick of time. The screwdriver that was embedded in Ralph's robotic skull could only hold them over for a little while. Who knows when this thing would get up and start walking again? The repair worker needed to end this tonight. As per the note's instructions, they needed to be destroyed. The night guard and the repair worker took Ralph over to the shredder in the back dock. This machine was used for destroying broken parts and outdated endoskeleton pieces. But shredding Ralph's entire body shouldn't be an issue. They lowered Ralph's body into the shredder as they both said goodbye to this deranged animatronic once and for all. Hopefully this would be the end of the horrible nightmare that was happening at the Fazbear Repair Center. But little did they know, it was just the beginning. So I think that Ralph the Rat would be a great addition to the Fazbear Repair Center roster of characters. Not only are they a frightening and evil being, but their sheer ferocity and ravenous appetite would make them a formidable foe to go up against, that's for sure. As for what other monstrosities will walk through that door, we'll just have to wait and see. Alrighty everyone, that's what we have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting and subscribing, as it helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. As always, let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of Ralph the Rat and what you'd like to see going forward. Alrighty everyone, well, to the next video, I'll catch you later, bye.